Hello, everybody. Hello, welcome. So happy to have you here, guys. Welcome to the Reef Podcast. I'm Lewis, and I'm actually joined by my great co-host here, SnowObsidian.
Yo.
What's going on,
I'm
Mr. Snow?
Doing pretty good.
It's hard to believe that we're almost halfway done with the month already.
No, right?
I never thought that we would actually still keep going. I mean, all this stuff going on. I mean, we have Comic-Con coming up. We have so many games that are coming out. So much excitement going on. So, Snow, we actually got ourselves a brand new guest over in the podcast today.
Indeed, we do.
All right. Do you guys please give me a minute to get him right here? Hey, KingAgni, get yourself in here, man. Welcome to the stream. How you doing?
Hello.
Welcome, Your Majesty.
Hello?
How are you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, and yourself?
Pretty good. Thank you for joining us today.
No problem.
So, what can you tell us about yourself? Can you introduce yourself to the podcast here?
Yeah, for sure. My name is KingAgni. I'm a streamer on Twitch, and I stream mostly Apex because I am a free agent at the moment. I'm trying to get contracted at the moment, but it's really hard for me because, I'm not as known as other big streamers. I did compete in the TwitchCon trials again last year.
Okay. Well,
Very nice.
so you're actually trying to be a competitive Apex streamer.
Yes, for sure.
That's awesome, man. I mean, do you have any socials that people can reach you at? Do you have a Instagram, Twitch,
No.
Twitter?
Twitch.tv_KingAgni or Twitch.tv King_Agni. Then it's the same thing for Instagram, but instead of the underscore to the top.
Gotcha. All right. So, what else? Do you play anything else besides Apex, or is Apex like the mainly thing you play?
Apex is usually the main thing right now, but when I'm not playing Apex, I'm just trying to get better at League of Legends, and I've been wanting to do some cooking streams. Really nice.
Before you continue, KingAgni, do you mind turning up your mic a little bit?
Yes.
Listen. Hello, sir.
I am. Is this better?
This is way better. Thank you.
Okay, cool.
All right. So basically, what we're gonna do is you said that you like playing Apex, and you actually want to do pretty much like cooking streams as well, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's really hard at the moment because of my I can't move my setup easily to my kitchen, so it's really hard.
I understand that. So
Yeah.
besides Apex, have you is that like something you plan to playing like the whole time, or do you plan on like playing anything else besides Apex?
For right now, until the release of the PS5, I'm gonna be focusing on Apex.
Gotcha. Do you have anything to ask as well, Snow?
Yeah, if I might just grab that mic from you. Yoink.
Ah!
So, yoink. Alright, so, KingAgni, how did you come across Twitch? And what actually got you into streaming on it?
I came across Twitch on YouTube, like just Twitch. Like
Alright.
Twitch personas going on YouTube, and because back in the day, and I am still a big Rust fan, and a lot of Rust people and PvE and PvP open world games, they stream as well, so it's that's how I got into it. But I got into it 2 years ago, but now I'm trying to get me a partner because I am already.
Ooh, interesting. So basically, you're one-time goal is to actually eventually become a partner streamer on Twitch.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Do you if Apex comes to PS5, do you plan on playing it as well?
Oh, for sure, dude. Yes, that is actually. And I might be switching to PC gaming as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh my.
That's actually interesting too, because I mean,
Yeah.
there is a lot of friends of mine that actually have gone from like game systems to actually PC, and they keep telling me you need to move to PC, man. I mean, it's a whole new world and everything. I was like, man, if only like my hands were big enough to actually I can actually press the keys and everything would actually be really useful, because I can't even press most of the keys. It's difficult for me.
Yeah.
I mean, as you can tell, I have like, you know, fins for hands, not hands. So I mean, it's kind of hard for me to actually get around for that.
Yeah, for sure. To be honest, I have really short hands. I have really small baby hands. And when I'm playing League, I misclick a lot. So that's why I'm really bad at League, because I slip.
So you do play other games besides Apex?
Yeah, I play League, but not as like religiously as Apex.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like level 11 in League, and I'm like 167 in Apex.
Jeez, that's impressive, man.
Hopefully, by the end of this year, I can get to 500.
Mm-hmm.
But that is really, really hard.
Hey, I mean, anything is possible as long as you keep a good mentality and you keep like, you know, grinding for it. Well, is there anybody out there that you want to give shout outs to on the Reef Podcast too?
Yeah, I actually wanna. Some people know of him. He's been doing my intros and stuff. His name is Wild Canadian. You know of him too, Luis.
Yes, of course. Wild Canadian, definitely.
Yeah, I actually want to shout out my good friend, Cryptix. He's been working with me now, like the past 2 days.
That's awesome, man. Good to know. Yeah, I do know those two people. CryptixFX actually helped us make the logo for the Reef Podcast, and Wild Canadian actually helped us, like, you know, edit a couple of the episodes. But unfortunately, I hate to regret to you guys that Canadian is not gonna be no longer doing our editing for the Reef Podcast. Aww. And the reason why is because he actually got bigger things come to his life, and we wish him the very best with everything. I don't want to spoil anything because he told me not to say anything until it actually is fully functional. So I just gotta say, Wild Canadian, I wish you, from me, Snow, and KingAgni here, we wish you nothing but the best with everything you have to actually come to your life right now.
And hopefully in the near future we can still because he's a really good guy. I would hate for him to just disconnect from the Reef.
Right. He's not. I don't think, like, you know, a lot of people, like, you know, realize that the Reef basically was founded with the sole purpose of uniting all of us and making us all become one country, basically.
Right.
So pretty much, like, you know, I want everybody to know that no matter where you at, no matter what you do, you're always going to be treated equally here. No matter, and we're always going to welcome you with open arms anywhere you are. I also wanted to announce as well that ThomasGovens actually, unfortunately, is not going to be here with us tonight. And the reason why is because he has a lot of IRL stuff going on right now. But me and Snow and our guests here wish him nothing but the best with everything going on, and we hope, like, you know, everything turns out well. And in the time being, Snow is actually going to be the co-host of the Reef Podcast. And if Thomas ever decides to actually come back and actually take the place as a co-host, we actually welcome him with big open arms and, like, you know, make him actually feel welcome back here. Snow, I mean, do you want to start getting onto our questions that we have here for him?
Sure thing. But who's gonna go first? The Picoli, perhaps?
Mm.
May His Majesty decide?
Sure, let's let King Agni decide. What do you want to go first, King Agni? Do you want me to go first, or you want Snow to go first, or you want me and and Snow actually take turns going back and forth?
It really does not matter.
Well, you have to pick one of us.
Let's go with Snow's questions.
All right.
Sure. Alright, so I already asked you the first question, which was how did you come across Twitch? So let's skip on over to number 2. Who was your first follower or subscriber? And when I say that, I mean like, who did you subscribe to or follow to?
Who did I follow first?
Yeah.
It has to be Dr. Disrespect.
Ooh, shout out to the doctor.
Oh my.
It really has to be him.
Okay.
He's like, well, the first. Okay, he's the first follow. The first subscription I've done was American Dad. He's an average. He's a partner on Twitch, so I look up to him, and we met at TwitchCon last year, last year, and he was a really nice guy. He's not fake like other personas. Like he don't have persona. It's just like 100% him. And that's what I like.
Okay. You got another question, Snow?
Yeah, I do. Sorry, I'm multitasking. Question number 4, actually. Because we're not quite in the criteria of number 3 yet.
Okay.
What other hobbies do you do outside of gaming or streaming? Now, I know you already said cooking, but what else do you have?
To be honest, I work, so it's school, streaming, or work. So I don't have like a lot of free time, and the free time is streaming. So it's pretty.
Well, I mean, before you actually got into streaming, what was your normal hobby that you had?
Playing video games, to be honest. I've been always
So you've always been a video gamer.
yeah.
Very nice.
Alright. If you were given one free gaming system from current or next generation consoles, which one would you take?
I'm gonna have to say Alienware PC desktop.
Really?
Because I am trying to make that transition into PC gaming, and I think if I have the newest and most high-tech just peripherals out there, it's really easy just to do that, and you know. So I think it would be a PC, but preferably Alienware. But yeah.
Okay.
If applicable, no, you don't have to answer this one if it doesn't really fit. What's your favorite retro gaming system, like before the PS4 days?
I would say the PS2.
Nice. What games did you play on there, if I may ask?
A lot of like Banjo-Kazooie and GTA San Andreas.
I didn't realize Banjo-Kazooie was on PS2.
I think it was for a little bit, but then it just died. It's like really hard to get to. A lot of there was another game. It was called Cookies and Cream.
That's a weird one.
I never heard of that one.
It was a co-op game. It's like a puzzle game, but it was like leaning towards the kid side. But it was really fun. Like that, Guitar Hero. What else? Foo Fighters.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of other stuff too.
Okay.
I know question 7 is gonna be obvious because you're an Apex man, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. What is your favorite game to stream, if I may dare ask?
before Apex, well, currently Apex, but before Apex, it was like it was just open world games like Ark and others like and other stuff. But I didn't have a lot of friends to play with, so that kind of got me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright. Number 8. A lot of these questions don't seem to be applicable to this man. Yeah. Which game or games have you completed 100%? Like,
Red Redemption.
if it was a PS4 title or
Ooh.
PS3 title, let's say platinum.
I heard read that.
Red Dead Redemption 2, baby.
Dang, you 100% in that game?
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
And it
Nice.
only took me 2 months. Well, not even 2 months. Okay.
What?
It took me. Okay, it took me 1 month to finish the actual game.
Oh
like,
my.
without the side quest, but then so it took me 3 months to 100% it.
That's
Because
impressive.
I walked through it one month just straight storyline, then 2 months with side quests and stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Question number 9.
Alright. Number 9 is, did you ever dabble in speedrunning?
Speedrunning? No, I hate that.
Nope. Straight
Okay,
answer.
okay, I don't hate it. I have props for people that do it, but I like actually enjoy the game. I like enjoying the game, like the scenery and stuff.
Mhm.
But if it's a game that I know what's gonna happen, like line by line, I'll try to speedrun it. But
Mhm.
like I don't have that time. I don't have that concentration for just sitting in a room for like 5 hours straight, just trying to complete a game.
Alright. Number 10, and the final question before the question of the month, which I will let Lewis go ahead and do. Are there any indie games you're interested in? Or what kind of genre of games do you like? You can pick either.
I like first-person shooters. Is Tarkov considered an indie game?
Game?
Yeah. Is that considered an indie game?
Game is it again?
Escape from Tarkov?
Oh,
Oh, that's a PC
I think
game.
so?
It's a PC game on Steam.
But is it considered?
I would assume so, yeah.
It looks like an indie game, but I don't think it's actually an indie game to be exact.
We'll go with it.
Okay.
The questions. Oh, well, actually, no, not quite. Have you ever tried to take on dancing games like DDR or Stepmania?
No. That's
No.
That's a no.
Alright. Just thought I'd ask.
Yeah.
Alright, that's the last of my questions. Lewis and
I
King
do
Agni.
like- I do like rhythm games like Guitar Hero.
Really?
And,
Well, in that case,
I just can't get my feet moving.
don't. Because here's the thing. DDR and technically Stepmania, you can play on a controller.
For real.
For real. If you have a PS2 and own DDR, you can play Dance Dance Revolution on your controller. It's
Okay.
bleeping amazing.
I know they have like a Guitar Clone Hero. But, yeah. Osu. I'm pretty sure you know what Osu is.
Nope.
What? You don't know what Osu is? It's basically it's like a, I would say a aim trainer, but it's an actual rhythm game. Like you have to, it gets really competitive. So like scary how competitive it gets.
All right. So if Snow is actually done with his questions, I'll grab that mic back.
So long.
Thank you. All right. So before I actually get to my questions of the day, I'm gonna ask you the question of the month that we actually we always have a question of the month every month, and we actually change it every month. So this question for this month is: do you wear hats when you're inside your house?
I don't wear hats in general.
Really?
Okay, because
I'm sorry. I just
Yeah,
the fact that we came out with that question is just brilliant, and it's awkward, but it's funny at the same time.
Oh yeah, for sure. No,
You don't wear hats. Okay.
I've never been a fan of hats.
Okay.
I have hats, but I don't wear them.
Okay. All right. So here comes my questions. Are you ready? All right. What is the first game that you ever streamed on Twitch? Before you became affiliate, what was the first game you ever played on stream on Twitch?
Might have been
GTA 5?
Yeah,
Okay.
because it came out 2013. I believe,
Yes. GTA 5 has been around for quite a long time. It's had a successful run so far. All right. So, question number 2. What is the meaning behind the name KingAgni?
It's easy. My Avatar fans know what that is. It's from Avatar. King, just King is King. Then Agni is basically a fire bender.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how it came up. Before King Agni, I was Overflow.
Ooh.
But that was long-lived until I got hacked on all my social media.
And now you actually have a brand, which is amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Question number 3. Do you plan on going to college?
I do. I want to go for a 2-year community college, then go international in London
Ooh.
to do my culinary.
Okay, so you actually wanted to go into the culinary career.
Yes.
That's amazing, dude. Props to you. All right. So, question number 4. I mean, you obviously already answered this, but I mean, everybody around the world would like to know: do you like anime? If so, which one is your all-time favorite?
I despise anime.
You despise anime, but you watched Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay, well that's not anime.
It's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon,
Well,
but it's almost like an anime.
Well, is it considered an anime?
I
Well,
mean,
okay.
Okay, so you like Avatar: The
Well,
Last Airbender.
is anime animation or what's your
Animation.
definition of
Anime stands for animation.
Okay, yeah, I know that. But what's your definition of anime?
Anime for me is basically like a cartoon or like a series of just cartoon. I mean, it's basically like a cartoon that I watch. That's what I consider anime.
Oh, okay.
So if you like Avatar: The Last Airbender, I consider it an anime.
Okay, so then my favorite anime would be Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Yes.
Ooh,
Thank
okay,
you.
before we get to the next question, which generation of Pokemon?
The first generation.
Kanto?
First
OG
generation.
right there.
The OG, yes, not the new freaking whatever freaking.
No.
All right. But Avatar: The Last Airbender is
Yeah.
actually up there on your favorites, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. Question number 5. What is your one dream you always wanted your whole life? Like even when you were little, like you're like, man, I want to be this like when I grow up. I know you don't want to be the very best there ever was. I know that one.
Oh my god.
Good one.
I want to become successful.
You want to become successful in what kind of way?
I just want to become like, I don't need to worry about like my finances. I don't want to become rich, cause no. But I do want to become wealthy enough that I don't need to worry about me starving or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's a good mentality. All right. Next question. What is your favorite meal of the day?
Ooh, good one. Especially because he likes cooking.
Yep.
Can I get a moment to think?
Sure. Take your time.
Okay.
I mean,
so,
it has to be like, something that you're like, man, I wish I could eat this every day.
dinner. For sure dinner. I swear to God, dinner.
And what is the meal called?
I like barbecue.
Barbecue? What kind of barbecue?
Ribs. I love ribs. Any ribs. I love ribs.
Well,
Ribs,
if you
hamburgers, anything from a cow or a pig, I will eat. Well, not everything.
Well, if you ever come down to where I live, we're definitely having some Korean barbecue ribs.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, no, we gotta do some. I'm pretty sure everyone knows. We gotta do some crawfish and shit.
Ooh, crawfish sounds delicious, actually.
What's that word called?
How do we get from
I know you have a word.
We have crawfish, we have gumbo, we have jambalaya, we have man, so many dishes. I don't even want to talk about it because it's gonna make me hungry. All right, next question. What is your favorite all-time champion on Apex?
Ooh, that's hard.
I know it's gonna be hard. I was like, wait till I get to that Apex question.
My actual main is Pathfinder.
Okay. Can you describe Pathfinder for us?
He's a
For those not Apex savvy.
just look him up. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. He's basically a data analysis, basically a robot data analysis that he woke up trying to find his creator. Now that's why he's in the games, to find his creator. But he has a special set of passive. You find a beacon that'll tell you you're the next circle. So you could get moving to the next circle, so you won't get caught in the circle.
And one thing I have noticed about watching you play, or watching or actually playing with you, every time you pick Pathfinder, gotta love how he actually walks. Something about the way he walks is almost like he's walking on his tippy toes.
Yes.
And it just makes me laugh so hard every time I hear that.
Yeah. I really love Pathfinder, but he got so many buffs, and it's really hard to love him. But I'm getting better at him because of all the buffs.
All right. So I'm gonna skip question number 8 until the end. Question number 9. What do you plan on doing as a career?
To be honest, a chef.
You wanna be a celebrity chef, or you wanna be just a big time chef that everyone will be like, oh, his food is delicious. Shout out to Chef KingAgni for this food.
The second one. I don't want to be a celebrity.
Okay. Question number 10. If you had to choose between testing a game or developing it, what would you choose?
Testing.
Ooh, he's part of us, Snow. One of us.
Is one of us.
Because developing is
It's difficult.
I would have too much stress.
All right. Question number 11. Just because whenever me and Snow came up with these questions, I like being the weird number. Cool. How often do you go to other people's channels and you start socializing with them, talking with them?
Socializing, maybe often when I'm not streaming and when I'm just chilling at home.
Okay.
But
is it mostly Apex streamers that you watch, or it's just a variety in general?
I could give you the list.
Oh my.
It's you, American Dad, Lily Pichu.
Ooh, another.
Oh, I know her.
She's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. And a lot of offline TV folks. I don't watch them religiously.
All right. So the last question I have for you over here is, do you recommend this podcast to anyone out there?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do you have any in mind that we could probably try and get him into the Reef Podcast?
Yes, but I would have to check because he's busy most of the time. He's a League of Legends streamer. His name is Pocket Island. He's my IRL friend. Yeah, he'd be a good candidate for
Okay. Well, if you can actually, after the podcast, you can actually send me his name. I'll start looking him up, and I'll actually see if we can actually get him in a future episode, actually.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. So, Let's see. What else can? Do you have any more questions for him, Snow? That just came out when I was talking to KingAgni here.
Other than my question of the month, but it's up to you if you want me
What's
to.
your question? What's your question, buddy?
There you go.
All right.
What's your question?
What is your favorite non-digital, and when I say that, I mean no electricity allowed, non-digital game? This includes board games, card games, family games, etc., etc.
I really like Mafia.
Ooh, like the Mafia
Okay.
series?
No, just Mafia, the card game.
Can you tell us a little
I'll-
bit about it?
It's like, if you've ever played Mafia, like, basically like, you trying to find out who Mafia is, like, because they be killing people. It's a voting game. Let's just say that. Mafia is a voting game. You can look it up. Offline TV has a series.
Wow. All
I'm
right.
pretty sure Snow knows what I'm talking about.
Okay, so.
A clue.
Okay, so.
Or do you not?
All right, so another question I had for you, KingAgni, since you're a big Avatar: The Last Airbender fan, did you watch Legend of Korra as well?
No.
You did not. Okay. In the original Avatar: Last Airbender, what was your all-time favorite episode out of the series?
Ooh, all-time episode.
Like one episode that you could actually rewatch almost every day.
Ooh, that's hard.
I can tell you mine if you want.
What's your?
My all-time favorite episode of that series was actually the Avatar and the Fire Lord.
Oh, really?
All right. So we actually got a question here came up from Our Day Gamer.
Our Day Gamer, nice.
Welcome,
Sorry, I didn't
my
mean to
friend.
cut you off.
Oh, no worries. If you could make a video game into a movie, which game would you pick?
Oh, Apex.
Oh.
Apex.
Oh
Oh
my
my
that one
God.
coming.
But, bro, you know how like mad that movie would be?
Great question, Our. Great question.
That would be so awesome.
That's a really, really good question.
Oh,
Our,
and your
props to you.
your answer of my like favorite episodes.
Mhm.
Alright, the Susan's comment.
Oh, Sozin's comment?
Yeah, the all parts.
Awesome. All right. Our Day Gamer asked another question saying, "Who is your favorite video character and why?"
It has to be CJ from San Andreas because
He just doesn't care about anything. I think he actually cares about his family a lot.
okay, his family,
And,
yeah.
and just so you know, Our and everybody else, I mean, KingAgni's mic is a little bit low, but I mean, I'm gonna repeat what he actually said. I'm gonna repeat what he said. He actually said that his favorite character is CJ from GTA San Andreas.
CJ or Big Smoke, either one.
You picked the wrong house, fool.
Whoa.
All right. So okay. So you liked the episode Sosa's Comet. What about you, Snow? What episode did you like in that series?
Hate to be the party pooper with this one and say that I honestly do not remember about
That-
80% of.
That is fair.
If I told
Now I will say,
if I told you that
I
I,
will say-
actually watch every episode almost every time, would you consider me a crazy fan?
Yes. You are crazy.
I
Cause
think one of my favorites.
Did you know Avatar: The Last Airbender has a 4.9 audience rating summary on Google?
really,
Mm.
wow, that's incredible. Okay, what you were
I
gonna say?
think
Snow?
my favorite. It's alright. My favorite episode actually is the one where Katara battles the what's his name? The water master of the North Pole.
Mhm.
But it's the same. I don't wanna spoil anything for those who haven't watched it. But yeah, the battle between Katara and the waterbending master of the North Pole.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
One was good.
And just over here, our gamer actually said that his favorite was when Aang went to the air temple for the first time. That was a very emotional scene.
Yeah, that was.
But I gotta say, that was actually beautiful. And honestly, I almost wish they would actually bring back the show, because we don't know what exactly happened to Zuko's mother until you actually read the comics. So please, if you can, Nickelodeon, please bring us an animated version of Zuko's lost mother. Because
You know that you know we all know that Nickelodeon has moved away from animation.
and they shouldn't have done that. They should have stick to it, because they lost a lot of audience because of that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we have 2 questions from.
I just saw the question.
Yep. All right, so Indy asked, if an Avatar movie and an Apex movie were showing at the same time and the same theater, which one would you get a ticket for?
Ooh.
It has to. It would have to be the Apex one.
Okay.
I would have to agree, because when it comes to Avatar movies, let's just say that the last Airbender movie
No bueno.
didn't go so well.
All right.
Yeah.
Question for Hour said, I wish they finished the movie series.
For real, I
was-
swear to God. I'm sad.
You forgot that he had the shark points up.
Yeah. No worries, Mr. Hour. All right. So another thing too, I mean, since we're in the topic of Avatar, which I do not mind us talking about Avatar right now. Pretty much like, another episode I really liked is when they actually, the Fire Nation went ahead and fought the North Pole. And that was a great battle, to be honest. Alright, so another question here from Our. He says, if money was no object, which car would you buy? That's a good question. Man, Our coming up with the good questions here.
A car I would get would be a Bugatti. For
Which
sure.
Bugatti? Because they have 2 now.
The most expensive one?
Which one?
Duh.
They have Bugatti Veyron, and they got the new Bugatti that I really don't know exactly the name of it, but it's a new one.
Okay, let me backtrack. It would be a
Oh, there you go. Chiron. Okay.
yeah. I would. My dream car would be
I'm sorry. I just saw a question.
Just all that, didn't you?
All right. Question from.
Oh, wait! I'm not done yet.
Okay, go.
My car would be an Audi R8.
Ooh, hey, if I could give you a high five or a fist bump, I would. Audi
Screen
R8,
5.
Audi R8 Spider is one of my all-time favorite cars. Another car that I like from back in the day that you guys probably knew from the intro to the podcast is the Toyota Supra from the 90s. All right, so question from Mr. Snow here to you, KingAgni. Do you approve of pineapples on pizza?
As my idol Gordon Ramsay says, pineapple does not belong on fucking pizza. So no, it does not belong on pizza. You are crazy. Pizza and pineapple do not work.
Oh, by the way, Our and everybody that's here in chat, we actually have a brand new question of the month that you guys probably can answer now too as well, since you guys are here, Indy and everybody here. Do you wear hats when you're inside your house? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Hulk
Running.
Mr. Hulk said, not a question, but just wanted to see how you were doing, he asked to you, KingAgni.
I've been doing better. But yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Another question that I had for you. I love asking you questions about Avatar just because we both like that show. All right. So if you could pick, what is it called? Like a bending move what would you choose? If you had to
Oh.
choose between firebending, airbending,
I would go
Element.
firebending all the way.
why firebending, if you don't mind me asking?
Because fire.
Okay.
Wouldn't you want fire coming out of your hands?
Well, I am a shark, so I would
If-
not
oh,
want
okay.
fire out of my hands.
You got the point there.
You do got a point. Well, um, well, it's fine because I'll roast the crap out of you, so it's fine.
Okay. Well, okay. I'm not gonna get into the whole firebending, waterbending thing, but anyways.
This is
next,
not Pokemon. This
next-
is not Pokemon. Fire
next-
doesn't.
Next
Nope.
question, though.
No, we're gonna get
No,
into
no, no.
this.
No, wait.
No, we're gonna get into this, dog.
We're gonna get into this after the podcast. How about that? All right. So next question here from our gamer: where do you see yourself in 5 years? Still streaming at all? Maybe full-time streamer?
To be honest, no.
You don't see yourself as a full-time streamer in 5 years.
I don't see myself streaming in general. in 5 years.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years for the new audience?
I would be working at a restaurant that I really love. Maybe starting my own restaurant soon.
That's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
mentality. I like
Yeah.
that. And for those of you guys that just came in here, KingAgni decided to actually share with us that he'll become a really awesome chef when he actually finishes college. He plans on being a really well-known chef that actually brings happiness and good food to all of us. And if he ever does make it up there, I promise you guys that we will try our hardest to see if we can actually go to his restaurant if he ever opens one. All right. So if you guys do you guys have any more questions for KingAgni? Please type them on the chat. Just make sure you use your channel points, our gamer. I see you there. Ooh.
He is my idol. No, I cannot do that.
Hey, but maybe you could probably surpass him.
Maybe, but that.
Maybe.
All right. Got another question here. Size or mass for recipes? Cups or grams?
Cups or grams?
I think the proper word for that would be volume or mass.
Yeah. Depending on what you're measuring out,
But which one would you choose though?
I would choose cups because it's easier for everyone.
In that case, metric or American?
Metric.
Metric, huh?
Interesting.
Well, no, it depends. Because I know how to read both.
All right. Next question
But-
comes. Oh, sorry.
But because we're from America,
Mhm.
I would say American.
Mhm.
But I know me and Luis are from, or Luis is from Peru, so he uses metric.
Absolutely. All right. So next question here comes from our day gamer again. This one was one of my favorites to answer. What is your favorite breakfast cereal?
Ooh, honey nut Cheerios. Not even a doubt.
Hey,
Love them.
that's another high five, brother. I love that one.
Gotta
And
love them Cheerios.
I love that one, and I also love Cocoa Puffs.
Ooh, I got a question for you when you're done.
Cocoa Krispies are good too.
All right. What is your question, Snow?
Nutella or Nutella? How do you pronounce it?
What's the difference? It's just the accent, bro. I say Nutella.
Thank you, because that's exactly how I spell it.
Good job.
Okay.
Well said.
Type it out for others who may not be able to understand.
All right. So
Ella?
okay. So you said that you would actually be a firebender.
Mhm.
Would you only firebend, or you would use electricity too?
I would dabble a bit in everything.
Okay. Well, I mean, for me, of course, I'm gonna be waterbending because I'm a shark, you know. But I would actually also like to actually use blood bending, so that way I can actually bend, basically, like, you know, suppress, like, you know, the bending from everybody.
Like almost like a chi blocker too, right?
Yes. All right. So a big question I have for you, KingAgni, was, I know this is probably gonna sound a little off, but would you ever consider meditating on your time off?
You know, I can't sit still, but I do like the peace and quiet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'd try it.
That's something I actually do every 30 minutes before my stream, actually.
Nice. Hey, it's always a good practice to clear your mind before a big event.
Yes, sir. Definitely. It actually clears your mind and it actually clears your thoughts and gets you ready for a hyped up stream.
Yep.
Alright. Is there any more questions for the king himself? If you guys would like to check out his content, please go give him a follow here on Twitch.
Oh, and I'm live after the podcast, by the way.
I'm sorry.
Nice.
I'm live after the podcast.
Okay. Well, just so you guys know, he's actually going to be going live. And if I had to assume, you're probably going to go with Apex.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Or
So,
a day gamer asks one last question, if that's gonna be your last question, Hour. What is your favorite Pokemon?
Oh, dude, it has to be Charmeleon, bro.
Ooh.
In between evolution, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Snow? What is your favorite Pokemon?
I have to answer this? Look at my logo and you'll find your answer. It is the Alolan Vulpix.
Ooh, nice.
And just so you guys know, the guys that are actually here before we actually started closing in the podcast, unfortunately, ThomasGovens is not available for this episode as well. But we do have him, like, you know, being there in and out, like, you know, talking, communicating with us. But we do plan on bringing him back whenever he actually feels comfortable coming back, because he's actually going through a lot of IRL issues right now, and we just wish him nothing but the best. And if he ever decides to come back and be with us, we'll actually welcome him with open arms, and we'll decide to actually just support him in any way as possible.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So another thing that I wanted to discuss before we actually say our goodbyes to Mr. KingAgni here is that next weekend is actually the main event, ladies and gentlemen. Next weekend on Sunday, around the same time as this time, we'll be discussing Comic-Con. And I gotta say, it's gonna be a wonderful 2-hour episode.
Nice.
2-hour episode of
Can I
my
join that episode? Hello?
dude. You can basically chat with us. Absolutely, you can actually join us and, like, you know, chat in the stream, and we'll see, like, you know, about having, like, more than likely 2 guests on the Reef Podcast audio, so that way you guys can actually discuss with us as well. And it's gonna be a really good time. I mean, I think it's gonna be fun. But I do wanted to inform you guys that Comic-Con was actually not gonna be a thing until recently, but thanks to all you guys that have supported the stream by supporting, like, by donating or being there for me, like, you know, encouraging me to actually push myself, like, you know, to my limit, are the reason why I'm actually going to Comic-Con, because you guys are what make this channel right here keep on going every month. All right.
One last question from our day gamer, if you may.
Yes, go for it.
What's your lucky number?
23.
23. And why that?
Just, I don't know. It's 23.
Alright.
Can we talk about something real quick?
What you got?
Go ahead.
So, I don't want to get, no, it's nothing bad. You know how people, well, did you hear about TwitchCon Europe? Got canceled because of the coronavirus?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so awful.
It is awful, but I do hope that all those people that actually paid for, like, you know, hotels and paid for TwitchCon, they actually get reimbursed their money back. I really
Oh
hope
yeah, for sure. Then hopefully TwitchCon America doesn't get shut down too.
Absolutely, yeah.
So people that went or wanting to go to TwitchCon Europe, that they could come to America.
Yeah. all I can do is all we can do, KingAgni and chat and Snow, is just pray for those people, because that virus that's going around all over the world is actually affecting all of us in general. And my prayers actually go out to the family members of those people that actually couldn't make it. That if you ever need somebody to talk to, me, Snow, and the Reef Podcast, we all support you in any kind of way, and you can always come up to all of us and we'll help out with the most we can.
Yeah. Remember to wash your hands.
Yeah, definitely. Wash and rinse.
So there's a
Indeed.
meme there's a meme going around on people buying Germex, but it's an antibacterial, not an antivirus. So they're just wasting their money. So don't buy hand sanitizer because it doesn't do anything to protect you. Like seriously, it doesn't, because it's an antibacterial and it's a virus. So it's like, oh, you can, but you're just gonna be wasting your money.
Right. All right. Well.
And one final thing before we close out the stream. Happy birthday to Steffi-san,
Steffi-san!
who I believe had a birthday yesterday.
Whoop whoop! Happy birthday, Steffi! We love you, Steffi.
Indeed.
Happy birthday.
All right.
Don't seem affectionate with that happy birthday, KingAgni. Maybe try that again.
Any last
Is
words?
that better? Is this better? Happy birthday.
Any last words you want to tell the community, KingAgni?
I'm gonna be live in about an hour, so y'all, you could join me if y'all want. Or I don't know if Luis is gonna stream tonight, but it's pretty early.
Well, I'm just letting you know that every Sunday when I do my Reef Podcast, all I do is my Reef Podcast. I do not do anything else, and what I do is I go in a supporting spree and I start sharing my support all over Twitch.
Oh, that's what's up. That is so cool. I'm gonna be live in about an hour at like 6 p.m. PST.
Which is 8 p.m. Central, which is 9 p.m. Eastern, ladies and gentlemen. So I mean, if you still haven't checked them out, definitely worth checking out this individual right here.
Nice.
Is there any last words?
check out Snow too. Don't leave him just.
Hey,
Thank you.
Snow is actually the official co-host of the Reef Podcast, and we actually have a surprise coming for you guys in a few weeks. That's actually gonna blow your mind when you see. It's actually something to do with our logo, but before we actually we're about to say our goodbyes, is that this logo that you see where it shows Reef Podcast and it shows me and Thomas and Snow and our guest to the left, this logo is actually going to change next week. The reason why is because every month from now on, we're actually going to have that special scene that I'm actually going to show you guys next week. That's actually basically our discussion scene that we're gonna have, like when we actually talk about a favorite a certain subject that we're actually gonna talk about. So it should be pretty awesome.
Can
Nice.
can I ask a question?
Sure.
We have a minute. So why don't we do like interviews? Like I know it's like an interview podcast, but why don't you show faces like through Discord or Skype?
Well, the reason why we don't do faces yet is because we don't have the resources to actually do it yet. But we are looking into it every month to see how to do it. So, and the fact that I actually work a lot now and I do supporting and I do streaming is actually a lot on my plate right now. But it is something that I'm actually been looking at like really closely. And don't be surprised if it actually comes on the May edition of the podcast.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Another question, is there gonna be follow-up podcasts?
Like basically another interview with the same streamer?
Yeah, like a follow-up, like how are you doing?
Well, basically what we do is like, okay, we interview people. We have like, say the month has 4 weeks. We do three interviews and one general topic interview. So basically, like, the general topic for this month is actually Comic-Con. So it'll be me, Snow, and maybe 2 other people, like, we'll see. And for next month, we're actually going to be talking about UFOs in space.
Oh, they're real.
So that should be actually pretty interesting too. And on the month of May, we already have something come up, but I need to discuss it with Snow, and I'm gonna discuss it with Thomas as well. And if the guys are actually okay with it, then we'll discuss it as well. But we'll actually basically have different topics, and we'll bring guests along, people that actually were before in the Reef Podcast to come along to those special episodes.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh, I do got an announcement to make. For I know podcast is over the time and stuff, but for
And we're
stream,
still technically live, but yeah.
oh no, for stream purposes, I do got some new transitions that were just sent to me, new overlays and new stuff, new intros and stuff. So
Sounds good, man. I mean,
Not bad.
really cool. I'll send them to you, Luis, because I just got them from home.
Okay, definitely, man. And shout out again to CryptixFX, Wild Canadian, and to everybody out there listening. Thank you so much, guys, for your time. It was great getting to know you, KingAgni.
And same to you guys. A last shout out real quick to my team here. I know it's a small team, but you know who you are, guys, and love you guys.
Thank you so much for your time, guys. We'll be back next week with Comic-Con.
See you then.
Bye, everybody.